No one expected Tesla's cheapest model to also be its boldest. But when the first rumors began circulating about a car costing just $10,000 with Elon Musk's DNA, the question was inevitable. Would this be another empty promise like so many others? Or was the plan actually in motion this time? Unlike the delays of the Cybertruck and Robotaxi, this project was accompanied by leaked internal documents, registered patents, and visible construction work at the new Gigafactory in Mexico. All of this turned heads. After all, it's not every day that an automaker bets on manufacturing millions of units of a car that hasn't even been officially revealed yet. Construction on the factory began in 2024, and the first phase is already scheduled for completion by the end of 2025. This puts Tesla on the gas to begin production of the Model 2 as early 2026. And why Mexico? The choice wasn't random. The country has advantageous trade agreements, logistical proximity to the United States, and much lower operating costs than factories in developed countries. This strategic location allows Tesla to quickly export to markets like North America, Latin America, and even Europe, reducing transportation and tax costs. But the most curious thing is that this new Gigafactory won't be just any factory. It's being envisioned as the cradle of a new generation of automotive production, a living laboratory where Tesla's most daring venture yet is born, the unboxed assembly process, which promises to turn the way cars are assembled worldwide upside down. Unlike traditional assembly lines, where the car moves station by station, the unboxed process separates the vehicle into 4 parts: front, rear, battery structure, and cabin. Each is built simultaneously in parallel areas and only joined together at the end. This method may seem simple at first glance, but it reduces total production time by up to 75% compared to the current Model 3 and Model Y lines. It's like assembling 4 pieces of a giant puzzle in parallel, saving time, space, and money. This may seem like a technical detail, but in practice it means that manufacturing millions of cars becomes not only possible, but financially viable, even with such a low price tag. But cheap manufacturing doesn't mean sacrificing quality. And this is where Tesla plays its boldest card. By designing the Model 2 from scratch, and not as a scaled-down version of previous models, the brand had complete freedom to rethink every detail with a laser focus on low cost and high efficiency. Patents filed between 2024 and 2025 reveal a modular chassis, a simplified internal structure, and integrated structural batteries, all designed to cut steps and reduce materials without compromising safety. Combining this with the unboxed process creates a unique production ecosystem tailored specifically for a popular model that can be manufactured at an absurd scale. The leaked internal figures are even bolder. Tesla plans to manufacture up to 4 million Model 2s per year. This represents more than double the company's current global production. And to achieve this goal, the key lies not only in physical space, but also in the speed and synchronization of the production process. Therefore, the Gigafactory in Mexico will be a kind of pilot model that can later be replicated in other countries, if the plan is successful. It's such an ambitious project that it's already being treated as a game-changer within Tesla itself. The company doesn't just want to launch a cheap car, it literally wants to change the logic of the global automotive industry. And the latest evidence makes this increasingly clear. In the first quarter of 2025, environmental approval documents were filed in Mexico, explicitly mentioning a compact vehicle that doesn't yet exist in Tesla's lineup. Shortly thereafter, crash test records and safety approvals quietly emerged in North America and Europe, all categorized as a compact EV. Alone, this data might seem like mere noise, but together, it forms a puzzle that seems increasingly complete. If plans continue at this pace, the Model 2 will go from theory to practice much sooner than the market imagined. Tesla's bold approach with the Model 2 isn't limited to the production process. The car's design is another area where the company is betting big, but this time with a strategy that blends simplicity, efficiency, and sustainability. No visual exaggerations or innovations that increase the price of the product. The idea here is to deliver the essentials intelligently, maintaining the brand's visual identity. The Model 2 will follow Tesla's already standard minimalist style. Smooth lines, a smooth front end without a grille, recessed door handles, frameless windows, and an extremely clean set of panels. However, in this case, this look isn't just a matter of aesthetics. Each of these choices plays an important role in the car's aerodynamics, production costs, and even performance. One of the most impressive data revealed by preliminary wind tunnel tests is the Model 2's drag coefficient, just 0.21. To give you an idea, the Model 3, already considered efficient, reaches 0.23, while luxury sedans like the Mercedes EQS barely reach 0.20. This means Tesla's new car will cut through the air more easily, requiring less energy to move. And this technical detail, almost invisible to the average consumer, allows for something vital: using smaller batteries without losing range. In other words, the car remains efficient and affordable, even with a leaner powertrain. It all starts with the body design, which was designed to be functional down to the last millimeter. The car's main structure will be cast in a single piece, using the gigantic Gigapress machines, capable of applying over 9,000 tons of pressure. This technique has already been successfully tested on the rear of the Model Y, but will now dominate the entire body of the Model 2. Instead of hundreds of small parts being welded together individually, Tesla can mold large sections at once, drastically reducing assembly time and the number of workers required per vehicle. Furthermore, the fewer moving parts, the lower the chance of noise, misalignment, or structural failure over time. This type of construction, besides being faster, tends to be more durable and safer. Inside, the focus will be entirely on sustainability. The seats and steering wheel will be upholstered in vegan leather, a material already found in current Tesla models, and the rest of the interior will feature recycled plastics, plant-based foams, and low-impact synthetic fabrics. But what's striking here isn't just the environmental commitment. This approach helps Tesla reduce its dependence on international suppliers and facilitates the adaptation of production to different markets, such as Europe or Latin America, where environmental requirements are increasingly stringent. Furthermore, simpler, more modular materials speed up assembly time and reduce waste. Another interesting detail is the flexibility of the rear seats, which should adopt modular rails and fold completely flat, transforming the Model 2 into a small SUV when needed. For those who live in big cities, this is a godsend. After all, with limited trunk space and busy daily lives, the ability to adapt the car to carry luggage, groceries, or equipment in a matter of seconds makes all the difference. It's not about luxury, it's about practicality. And when you're talking about a car that can cost a third of the price of other electric vehicles, every feature that combines simplicity and efficiency becomes a powerful differentiator. But what's perhaps most surprising is how well this seemingly basic design manages to hide its well-executed complexity. Everything was designed with a purpose: to reduce the number of parts, facilitate assembly, reduce weight, and improve energy performance. Nothing is there just for show. Deep down, the Model 2 isn't trying to compete with Tesla's luxury cars. It aims to be the most rational electric car on the planet. And the curious thing is that, even with so many simplifications, it seems to be a step ahead of anything the market has ever seen in this price range. Even with its incredibly low price, the Model 2 will feature technologies typically found only in luxury cars. And that's no exaggeration. One of Tesla's biggest bets for this model is the inclusion of Tesla Vision, a self-driving system that relies entirely on cameras. without LiDAR or radar sensors. The company has been refining this system for years, with billions of kilometers of data collected by its vehicles around the world. By 2026, when the Model 2 is expected to hit the streets, this system will be significantly more trained, more agile, and more intelligent, allowing even an entry-level car to access advanced semi-autonomous navigation capabilities in cities and highways. Furthermore, the Model 2 will launch with full support for over-the-air updates from day one. This means that even if it leaves the factory with more basic features, the car can become smarter, safer, and even more efficient over time, all via the internet, without the need to replace parts or take the vehicle to a repair shop. This kind of approach is one of the greatest advantages of the Tesla ecosystem. In 2023, for example, the company released more than 50 global updates that improved everything from energy consumption to the infotainment system and autonomous driving capabilities of existing vehicles. The car will also be controlled primarily through the Tesla app, which is already used by over 90% of Tesla owners. The app functions as a key, control panel, security system, and even remote climate control. In the Model 2, this should be even more integrated. The idea is for the phone to become the car's main control center, from unlocking the doors to adjusting the driver system settings, and all this with a level of connectivity that goes far beyond what's expected for a $10,000 vehicle. For many drivers, this will be the first time they've had a car controlled almost entirely from the palm of their hand. And there's another trick up its sleeve that could become a differentiator in the right markets: the possibility of integrating solar panels. Recent prototypes and patents indicate that the Model 2 could come with a photovoltaic solar roof, capable of generating small amounts of energy to power secondary systems, or even offering a few extra kilometers of range per day. Of course, this isn't about fully recharging the car using the sun, but in regions with high solar incidence, like Mexico, California, or Brazil, this small advantage could translate into real energy savings over the years. And even as an optional extra, it would be unprecedented in this price range. Another point that stands out is Tesla's commitment to technological accessibility. Rather than simplifying the software to cut costs, the Model 2 will launch with the necessary infrastructure to receive future updates, including the ability to activate full self-driving, FSD, when this feature becomes available and approved in more countries. The factory hardware will already support this feature, including high-definition cameras, a new Tesla processor, and improved cooling systems. This makes it clear that the car was designed to last and evolve, even though it's the cheapest in the lineup. Behind all this technological advancement lies one of the Model 2's quietest but crucial innovations: the new generation of the 4680 battery, now in its Gen 2 version. This smaller cell, at 46 mm in diameter and just 70 mm tall, is more than just a size change. The 10-meter reduction compared to the previous version allows the module to be more compact, with faster thermal cooling and less structural stress. This is especially important in smaller vehicles, which require high energy density without sacrificing interior space. By making the cell lower and wider, Tesla gains in efficiency and usable space inside the vehicle, optimizing the car's overall layout. These new cells also allow the construction of a structural pack, meaning the battery itself becomes part of the car's skeleton. This concept eliminates intermediate parts, such as supports and additional protections, reducing weight and improving chassis rigidity. This has a direct impact on drivability, safety, and even material savings. And best of all, the new battery should provide over 400 miles of range with a cheaper and lighter package. It's a solution that combines precision engineering and strategic thinking. Instead of relying on giant, expensive batteries, Tesla is refining the essentials so they fit into anyone's budget and everyday life. But the battery alone doesn't solve everything. The secret lies in how the car will be built. And this is where Tesla makes it clear that it doesn't just want to manufacture more cheaply, it once manufactured differently. Assembly will be performed by high-precision robots, developed in partnership with companies such as Groman Automation and KUKA, which work in parallel on modular cells. Instead of a single assembly line with several cars lined up, the Model 2's parts are built in independent zones: front, rear, cabin, and battery. These blocks are only joined together at the end, in a final assembly that looks like something straight out of a smartphone production line. This new process reduces production costs by up to 50% and requires 40% less physical space than current factories. This means Tesla will be able to manufacture more cars in less time, using less space, and with lower energy and labor consumption. And this isn't just generic automation. Robots are already in action, welding, painting, fitting, and testing simultaneously. Everything is done in sync with sensors, algorithms, and artificial intelligence monitoring the line in real time. It's as if each step is aware of what the other is doing, speeding up production without sacrificing quality. The result is an integrated process, where the battery communicates with the structure, which communicates with the software, which adapts to the hardware, and it all operates as a single mechanism. Each innovation was designed to reinforce the other. The battery architecture reduces the number of parts, which facilitates automation. Automation reduces assembly costs, allowing for more onboard technology without breaking the bank. And because everything was designed collaboratively, there are no improvised adaptations. It's a closed ecosystem that makes sense from end to end. And this explains how it's possible to pack so much cutting-edge engineering into a car that costs less than many electric motorcycles on the market. The most intriguing point is that, even with all this sophistication behind the scenes, the end consumer may not even realize what they're driving. For them, it will simply be an affordable, attractive car with good range. But behind the wheel, what lies beneath is the pinnacle of modern engineering applied on an industrial scale. The Model 2 is both a product and a showcase. It shows that things can be done differently and better without charging a fortune. And if successful, this production model could be copied by other automakers, forever changing the way cars are made. Because deep down, what Tesla is building here isn't just a vehicle. It's a new way of thinking about mass electric mobility. When it comes to performance, most people still associate cheap cars with weak engines, slow acceleration, and a basic driving experience. But the Model 2 appears to be about to break that logic once and for all. Even with its estimated price tag of just over $10,000, it promises to deliver performance that would put many combustion engine cars to shame. Current estimates are that the vehicle will go from 0 to 60 mph in about 6.5 seconds, a figure that puts it on par with traditional mid-size sedans like the Toyota Camry, Honda Civic, and even entry-level BMWs. In other words, it may be cheap, but it won't be slow. The top speed is also impressive, around 120 miles per hour, which is more than enough for any regular road. And, unlike some entry-level electric cars, the Model 2 isn't designed solely for short commutes or city driving. It'll have plenty of power for highways, overtaking, and long trips without any hassle.